Hello everyone, my name is Jennifer and welcome to Best Kept Plans. Today we're going to be doing a November monthly budget recap using the printable version of the Budget by Paycheck workbook from the Budget Mom. If you all are interested in seeing that, please stick around. So I wanted to start off the November monthly budget recap in the monthly view of my Budget by Paycheck workbook. For the most part, the month was pretty normal for me. I did have my Disney Plus due on the 19th. I pay for Disney Plus annually, so I had to bring in some money from a sinking fund for that. And then I didn't mark it off here on my monthly calendar, but the 25th was Thanksgiving, which means the 26th was Black Friday. I did do some spending on Black Friday. Some of it was personal spending, and that's reflected in the miscellaneous bills section of my budget, but some of it was also Christmas shopping for other people, and so I did bring in some money from my sinking funds for that. Other than that, I paid all of my usual bills. I did contribute to the 2021 savings challenges from the Budget Mom. And yeah, that was the month of November. Looking forward to the Where Did My Money Go worksheets. I want to zoom on in for you all on this one. So the Where Did My Money Go worksheets really are what allows you to close out your budget every month. And they give you a really nice overview of how you did with regards to spending throughout the month. The first of those worksheets is the monthly budget category breakdown. And this worksheet does start out with figuring out your total monthly income. Now, this is the 2020 version of the Budget by Paycheck workbook. I will continue to use this for the rest of the year. So this is exactly what my monthly budget recap will look like for December as well. But come 2022, this page is going to look a little different, and specifically the income section is going to look different because I will be using the newest version of the Budget by Paycheck workbook, and the Budget Mom did make a couple changes to that. So for this month though, it's very simple to figure out your total monthly budget, and that's your starting balance plus your income. So I brought in $808.01 from the month of October to the month of November. That was in my checking account and in my cash envelopes. In the month of November, my incoming income from my job, from sinking funds, from savings used was $6,373.95, which means that my total monthly income was $7,181.96. Now, when we get into all of the budgets, the budget categories that I have, the goal is that my monthly spend should be adding up to equal my total monthly income, because the Budget Mom and her Budget by Paycheck method is a zero-based budget method. So what goes out should equal what came in. For my monthly budget column here, I do base that off of the fact that I get 2 paychecks per month. And so what I do is I take what I budget for each paycheck and I multiply that by 2. And that's what how I come up with my monthly budget for each category. So for groceries, I budget $200 every paycheck for groceries. So if I multiply that by 2, that gives me $400 for the month. As you can see, this past month I only spent $284 on groceries, which means I was under budget by $115.65, and my groceries were 4% of my income. Now, I did go over budget for eating out, but I'm actually kind of proud of myself. This is much less over budget than I think the last couple of months. I was over budget by $59.43. So even though I was still over budget, that is a bit of an improvement. And eating out is definitely a category that I'm going to be looking at with regards to kind of switching things or changing things around for 2022. Gas is another category where I'm going to be switching things up or looking into changing things for 2022. I only went over my gas budget by $5 this month, but gas prices are continuing to rise, and I never want to be in a situation where I don't have enough gas money. So I currently budget $100 a month or $50 a paycheck, and I'm definitely thinking of increasing that for 2022. For miscellaneous, I don't know that this has ever happened since I've started making these videos, but I was actually under budget in my miscellaneous category. I budget $200 per paycheck into my miscellaneous cash envelope. That equals up to $400 a month. And over the month of November, I spent $349.71, which means that I was under budget by about $50. I am so happy about that. That makes me very, very happy. Now, miscellaneous bills was definitely a little bit of a different story. I never have a actual budget amount for miscellaneous bills. I consider miscellaneous bills things that I do anticipate but don't fit into any other category in my budget. That could be a birthday gift for someone that I don't include in my birthday sinking fund. That could be, I know that I'm going to a Broadway show next week and I'm going to have money for that ticket or something like that. So that's what my miscellaneous bills category is for. And for the month of November, any Black Friday spending that I did for myself, for my own personal use, was included in this category. There were a couple of other things. I did put something on a credit card because I got some cash back for it, and then I had to pay that credit card off right away. I don't consider that debt because I don't have any revolving balance on my credit card. If I purchase something using it, I pay it right away. So I do put that under miscellaneous bills. So I spent a total of $759.05 this month. That's a lot of money. I definitely still need to be making a ton of improvements in this category. But when we get to one of the other Where Did My Money Go worksheets, you're going to see that that's actually a really big improvement from last month, which was what I was hoping for. With regards to saving, I always want to be saving at least $3,000, more specifically towards my house savings account. In total this month with my house savings, 2022 sinking funds, 2021 savings challenges, my $5 challenge, my emergency fund, I saved $3,162.91. So I did technically go over budget in my savings, which is a good thing. And we'll get into a little bit more of that breakdown in a bit. My utilities. So my utilities are usually pretty even to what I budget them to be. But for some reason, my Optimum, which is my home phone, my internet, and my television, was like way cheaper than normal. I don't know if it was some monthly fluke or what exactly happened, but it was a lot less. I feel like maybe like $40 or $50 less than usual. And so adding everything up for my utilities, it ended up being less than what a normal month would be. So I spent $382.88, which means I was $52 under budget. For housing, I was right on track. That's my rent, which is $600. Giving, I was right on track with $20. And then I did bring in money for 3 different sinking funds for the month of November. That was subscriptions, Christmas, and medical. So my subscription sinking fund was for my Disney Plus, and that was $85.07. For Christmas, I spent $281.30. And then medical, I went to the eye doctors. I did purchase a new pair of eyeglasses, and that was $115. If I add up all of my monthly spent categories, I do need to add in what I'm rolling over from November into December, or else my budget's going to look like I'm off. So on the last day of this month, on November 30th, in my checking account and in my variable expense cash envelopes, I had a total of $877.26. This is what I'm going to be rolling over to the month of December. And so that does need to go into this monthly budget category breakdown. And if I add all of those totals together, including this December starting balance, I do get a total of $7,181.96, which means that I did end up equaling out to the cent with my total monthly income, which means I was off by $0 for the month of November, which I'm really excited about. I think I was off by like 20 last time or 50 last time, 51. And I was just like too lazy to like look for it. Last month was wild. So, but I don't know, even in September, I was off by 20. So it's been a couple of months since I've actually been right on the nose with my monthly budgets since August. So I'm really, really excited about that. Now, if we bring you on over to the monthly debt and savings breakdown, which is the next of the Where Did My Money Go worksheets, I'm not currently paying on any debt, and that's why this debt section is empty or blank. I do have debt. My debt is my student loans. I will be starting to pay those in 2022. So this column here will be getting some use in 2022. But for right now, we're going to be focusing on the savings section. So my total monthly income for November was $7,181.96. My total monthly saved was $3,162.91. That means that I saved 44% of my income, which is really great. And then I'm able to break down that savings into different categories, which are my house 2021 savings challenges, $5 savings challenge, sinking funds, and emergency fund. So the vast majority, almost 80% of what I saved this month went to my house savings. That is my number one savings goal. As you all know, I'm trying to hit $30,000 saved in 2021. And so this month I was able to put $2,508.91 towards my house savings. I also just recently, and I'm actually filming this on December 3rd. It's going to be posting today as well. On December 2nd, yesterday, I did receive a bonus from work. We do usually get an annual bonus. We did not get one last year, so I was really excited that we were actually getting one this year. And with that annual bonus, I was able to put it towards my house savings, and it was a little over $1,000. So with this, these contributions to my house savings account for November and that bonus, I am less than $1,500 away from reaching my $30,000 savings goal, which is super exciting. And I know that I can do that. I know I can put $1,500 towards savings in the month of December. So I'll definitely keep updating you all throughout the month when I do my budget with me's. But we are currently less than $1,500 away from reaching that goal. Next, I did put $80 towards the 2021 savings challenges. I put $30 towards my $5 challenge. My next highest savings category was my sinking funds. I put $540 towards my sinking funds, which was 17% of all that I saved this month. And then my emergency fund, unfortunately, didn't get a ton of love this month. I was spending heavily out of my cash envelopes, and so out of my I should clarify, my variable expense cash envelopes, and that's where I end up contributing to my emergency fund from. So I only was able to put in $4. The last of the Where Did My Money Go worksheets is the monthly spending comparison. I love this sheet. I didn't always used to, but now I really do feel like it's incredibly valuable in terms of trying to make small changes or small improvements to your budget every month, setting mini goals for your budget every month. It does end up adding up to big changes and big differences, I feel. It starts out with trying to come up with your monthly income change. So for the month of November, I actually had a decrease in my income by $1,154.47. And I'm going to assume that's somewhat related to the amount that I brought in from sinking funds or something like that, because my paychecks don't really vary. As you can see, I kind of messed up here. I was supposed to be filling in for October, and I was like glancing back at last month's sheet, and I was actually filling in September by accident. So X all of that out, and we're going to be focusing on the lower half of the sheet. I'm going to zoom on in a little bit That way it hopefully doesn't get too confusing. So let's start out with sinking funds. I usually end with them, but we're going to start out with them. So in October, I didn't spend anything from my subscription sinking fund, but I did spend $85 in November for Disney Plus, so I was over budget in that category. Christmas, I did actually spend for my Christmas envelope last month $124, but this month I did a little bit more spending, which is expected. We're getting closer and closer to Christmas. I'm actually pretty much done shopping for Christmas, which is really exciting. So I was over by $156 in Christmas. And then for my medical sinking fund, I didn't spend anything last month, so the $115 that I spent this month made me over with compared to that. For my budget categories, we did a lot of underspending when compared to last month. You can see there's a lot of green here, and that's good. That makes sense. I want to be underspending and oversaving, and that's exactly what these colors show. I underspent in every single category except for savings when compared to October 2021. The other thing is that if my income went down, my spending should be going down too. So this matches the fact that my income did decrease for the month of November. So I underspent in groceries by about $41. I underspent in eating out. Here's what I was talking about. I was still over budget, but I did underspend when compared to October by almost $50. I did underspend in gas, which was good. For miscellaneous, so miscellaneous spending is always my most difficult budget category. That, and I would say now miscellaneous bills as well. But I always have a monthly budget of $400. I spent over $600 last month, and I was actually under budget this month. So that's a change of almost $300, which is really, really exciting. For miscellaneous bills, my miscellaneous bills were out of control for October. I mentioned in my monthly budget recap that a bunch of things kind of came up, and I was able to cash flow them. I was able to make it work, and that's how they ended up in this miscellaneous bills category. But it was very discouraging and frustrating to see this total at the end of the month, to see that I did $1,896 in miscellaneous bills spending, because that money could go towards savings. So it really, really, really was a main focus of mine this month to get that lower. And I'm really happy that it was about $759 for the month of November. Now, I did do a lot of Black Friday spending for myself. I purchased some cloth and paper stuff for my planner for 2022. I purchased a bunch of stickers from some shops that I really, really like. I tried to take advantage of the sales and deals and getting percentages off my purchase, especially for a couple shops that I don't generally purchase from throughout the year, but maybe want some stickers for 2022. So I did take advantage of that. I anticipated that I was going to be doing that. So when I was doing my budget with me, I knew in the back of my head I needed some money to spend on Black Friday for myself. So I'm not surprised that this number is this amount. No, not all of that was Black Friday spending. I don't want you to think I spent over $750 on like planner stuff for on Black Friday. I didn't. It's less than half of that, but yeah, I did end up spending on some other stuff that ended up coming out of this category too. But when compared to October, I was under by over $1,000, which is really, really great. For savings, I oversaved when compared to last month by, I'm yawning, by about $75. And then for utilities, housing, and giving, they don't usually vary up too much. My utilities did this month, still unsure why. I'm sure it's going to go back up to being around $430 for the month of December, but it was under by about $47. And then housing and giving were exactly the same. So that is my November 2021 monthly budget recap. I love doing these recaps. I love just seeing how I did when looking at the month totally and not just looking at things by the paycheck. It really does help me to find little wins, but also to find areas where I definitely can make some improvements. So definitely happy with all of the underspending that I did this month. Looking forward to December. It is a pretty generic month, I would say. I might be doing just a tiny bit more Christmas spending, so you could see that in my December monthly recap, but I do have my usual bills. I did mark on here my PIP bonus, which I do have to check off. I received it yesterday. I am contributing to my 2021 savings challenges from the Budget Mom, and yeah, that's pretty much it. I did something similar down here that I did in November, where initially I'd budgeted to pay these two bills with my paycheck from the 9th, but I changed my mind and will be paying it with my paycheck from the 23rd. I hate paying for bills with one paycheck when there's another paycheck before they're due. That just doesn't work for me. I don't know why I even initially did that, but yeah, that is my this is my December monthly view, and we're going to be diving headfirst into the month of December. You will definitely be seeing a budget with me next week for my first paycheck that I'm getting on the 9th. I hope you all enjoyed this November monthly budget recap. If you have any questions, any comments, any concerns, please do not hesitate to put them down below. And as always, everyone, please be safe. Bye-bye.